And since we have introduced ourselves and we know each other, is there anyone in the room that hasn't had a meeting with me or had a consultation about your academic advisor?
I've never met you, but I've
Met with Kirsten, okay,
Kirsten.
excellent. So what I will talk about is similar to what she has covered, but I want this to make sure that this is a very interactive section of the ELFH 300 class. This process and this portfolio calculation is to project exactly what you need from your portfolio so that when you walk away from here, you know you need only the classes and to post your credits and you're ready to graduate. So no ifs, ands, or buts. We're not going to add a huge amount of fluff to your portfolio unless you would like to get additional work credits. Okay? So when we talk about getting work credits for college credit, some of you need more than others. And we need to make sure that we identify that number and that we get to a level that gets you to graduation the minute you're done with all of your major and your general education. So let's start by a little survey. How many people have 30 or less college credits today? Nobody. That's a good thing. How about 60? 60 or less. Okay? Your job is getting easier and easier as I go up. How about 70? 70 or less. Okay? That's good, good, good. How about 80 or less? Okay, good. And then how about 90 or 100 or less? How about 100 or more? Okay, excellent. Those individuals with more and more credit, just about everybody in this room, your portfolio process becomes easier and easier as this process goes forward, understanding the calculation. So what I'm going to do is hand out a portfolio calculation sheet. And we are going to go through the steps of identifying the exact projected number of credits you need for this class. Now, if you have your transcript, if you have your student transfer evaluation, this is a time that we'll go ahead and get that out and we will start to fill in these blanks. So I'm going to pull up the sheet that we use to identify this. And everybody is going to have a full sheet and a projected number by the time we are done with this process. Okay, we asked the question, what is the total prior college credit accumulated to date? Many of you had 70 or less, many of you had 80, and some of you had even over 100. Like I said, if you have more credit, you will have to do less work documentation for college credit. So does everybody have their documents out? Let's start with the top box. Someone throw out their total number of credits. Oscar, what do you have here? After spring semester, let's go ahead and go with that. 107. Oscar, what do you have again? How about you? 79. Okay, let's plug in the number. Okay, does everybody have a guesstimate or an idea of the total credit needed in general education?
Yeah.
Yes. How many do you have left in general education? 9 credit hours or 9 classes? 9 credit hours, so that would be 3 classes. Okay? 3, which would be 1 class, is that correct? Cultural diversity. 6 hours, 2 classes. Math and history. 6 hours, 2 classes. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. This is making this process a lot easier. How about you, Lisa? Let's look at this and let's go to the second page here. So you have 7 hours plus 3 plus, well, there too.
So I think it's like 4 like 10.
So more like 10, exactly. Okay, so we fill in that second line with 10 credit hours. Okay, now many of you, this is your first class in the workforce leadership major. So if you've only got one done, or you're in this one, you need 35 credit hours. How many people have taken more than one class in the major? Or any classes in the major? You've taken maybe one or two, is that correct, Thomas?
You're on the third?
You're on your third right now. Okay. So you're probably a little bit ahead of game. If you haven't taken any classes, or this is your first,
54 here.
the third column or the
But
third
then you
line
also
is going to
have
be
your-
35 credit hours.
Your student
What about if
transfer
we're enrolled in
evaluation, right?
another one at this time?
Well, let's calculate based upon what you've already completed
Okay.
so far.
This one right here.
Okay, so probably 0 there.
Yeah.
All right,
For the whole conference, class?
don't count this class.
You transfer
Okay.
20 here.
What number do we have here? 135. Okay. How about Lisa? How many do you
It's
have
98.
Altogether?
altogether?
As your cumulative summary. So you have 98 credit hours in this top box.
118?
118.
Here. How
Anybody
many
else?
remaining courses do you have?
142.
Looks like you got 3.
120.
No?
138. Okay. With a higher number, your class becomes a lot more manageable.
initial concept.
Some people call manageable
This is what he
easy.
sent me last week.
Okay?
So it looks
The
like
reason
I think
for
this-
that is because
you
we
done this one?
identify credit in 3 categories.
Okay. So just one.
First
3
category
hours
is
there. Do you need a
academic
pen?
type
No, I
1
don't.
credit.
So do I
This
need this
already
one too?
resides on your transcript
I need a
or your
cultural
student
diversity
transfer
and intellectual
evaluation.
humanities, right.
Okay. So 6 hours would go here.
So you own this credit. No one can take it away. And when you add that total, that is the amount of credit that cannot be taken away from you that you own. 135, 142, 120.
You had credit that did not transfer to you though, on the top one, do you include that, or do you subtract that?
Would that be credit that will eventually transfer or was not counted for college credit?
Doesn't look like it was transferred over.
Okay, well, we're actually going to talk about that piece of the puzzle because that's
right
actually
here?
going to be
These no rule.
a
Yeah.
good segue.
They didn't transfer.
Type 2 credit.
Yeah,
Type
that
1
one didn't
credit is all
transfer either.
yours.
Right.
Type 2 credit is made up of work and training,
Okay. Looks like
no
you've
rule
got
credit or
60
college
hours
credit that wasn't given
total at
transfer
U of L.
equivalency,
Oh, yeah,
or
yes, I had
any
that.
type of
So this would be
industry
60.
certification. So these are very
Give
tangible
your gen ed worksheet.
classroom or training type
How many gen eds
of
do you have left
hours
to go?
that can be given work-related credit. And then type 3 is more experiential credit, and that is workplace learning or knowledge. Okay? So, when we think about type 1, many of you are going to use mainly type 1 for your
So
portfolios.
5 is that? So
When we
15
take
hours.
Kirk for an
So
example,
15 would go here.
he has 120 hours
And what's your
total
total?
after he's completed all his classes.
110.
Does anybody know how many it takes to
Is that right?
graduate? What is the minimum number? 123. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, class. And what does that mean for Kirk? Anybody?
3 credits.
He needs 3 credits? He needs 3 credits from type 2 or type 3. The rest of his knowledge, the rest of his portfolio can be drawn from academic credit, which basically means less writing.
Remember, you already had 6
So
hours. to
whether Elizabeth likes it or not, your portfolio will get a little tighter when you use more academic related knowledge and relate that to your work specialization. Same with Oscar. She's already got 142 once she completes all of
You've
her
taken
workforce
6
leadership
hours
classes.
in the program, so you'll
Thus,
have 29
her entire
now.
portfolio
So this will
could
be a
possibly be
29.
drawn from academic credit. So, let's go to step 2.
What is that?
Step 2, subtract the total
133?
from 123.
So this is
We know that Kirk's is 3.
104.
Some people are going to be negative, but let's just put 0.
So you would be
And
negative,
then
but
let's
you're going
go
to put 0.
to the second line, add all 300 level credit hours that you have completed.
Okay.
On your transfer evaluation or on your transcript, it's going to show a 300 level class. A 300 level class
13 or 14.
is junior, senior level credit. And we need to